Next exercise that we're going to do here is the dead bug. So a lot of people probably know what the dead bug is. The biggest issue that I have with the dead bug, how a lot of people do it, is they go too fast and they don't actually connect the core to the lower extremity and to the upper extremity. So what we want to do here is we're going to teach you a couple variations of the dead bug. The big thing for the dead bug is we want to teach you how to attach the upper extremity to the lower extremity, and that's through our pelvis. So what we need to do is we need to learn how to operate that pelvis, get that nice neutral pelvis, and then use the posterior chain, use the core, and attach the upper extremity to that lower extremity. This is going to be good for when we go to reach for things, when we go to bend over and pick something up, anytime that we're pulling, anytime that we're doing anything that makes us use our back, our strength, our backside. The other thing that it's going to be really effective with carrying, tying any amount of load from your foot to your upper extremity, you need strength through your core. And this really teaches you that good pelvic movement and motion. So how we're going to do this, the first variation of it, we're going to start with our feet on the table or on the ground. The feet should always be just outside of or right at shoulder width apart. That's the biggest place we want it. Knees should be right in line with the pelvis. A little bit of pressure out is perfectly fine. We just don't want this big internal drop here, and we don't want the feet very super narrow in that very like angled in position. So then, big thing, pressure through your spine, pressing your spine into the table or the ground underneath you. As you do that, what happens is you really start to utilize your glutes and your posterior chain to get that little under tilt. When you get that under tilt there, I then want you to pressure through your belly like you're going to get punched. What that's going to feel like is that's not a I'm sucking in, that is pressure. That is big pressure through the belly. You're breathing into the belly and you're able to breathe while you're holding that isometric control. So pressure into the table, tighten through the belly like you're going to get punched, and then with the feet on the table, we're going to put our hands on top of our thighs, kind of right there on the quads. Then what I want you to think about doing is not actually sitting up, but putting pressure from your arms down into the tops of your quads. So what that pressure is going to do is think about trying to pop a ball underneath your hand or smash an orange, make orange juice under your hand on top of your thighs. You're going to sit there and you're going to hold that. That is the first variation of that. The next version of this is going ahead and bringing your feet up. The exact same position in all of this. Tighten through the belly, pressure down into the spine. Same thing here. We're now going to put that pressure in the top of the quads. Big hold. We're bringing everything together, making sure that our head is nice and flat on the table. We're not lifting it up. This is going to be that next hold position. When we move on from this progression, these are the hold progressions, and then we go into the movement progressions. So once you get to the movement progressions, you're going to sit here, feet or knees up, feet pulled up. I do like that dorsiflex position. From this position, pressure into the spine, tighten through the belly. Then what we're going to do is we're now going to let pressure off the hand, and we're going to allow that heel with a bent knee to touch the floor or the table. Focus on, as she's allowing her left leg to go down, we're still putting pressure on this right side. Then this next from there, that is our first variation. The next variation we're going to move to is we're going to start bringing in the upper body. So from that upper body, we're going to go here. Arms are straight up in the air, legs here, making sure that those hips are in that nice neutral position, or the knees are a neutral position on the hips. Pressure through the spine, tightening through the belly, and then we're going to move to just lower extremity to start with. Right here, arms over the body. This takes away that downward pressure, but now makes your upper extremity, upper body have to start tying some of this in, as you have to focus on this tilt and this pressure through the belly. Then the last variation of this goes back to more of a traditional dead bug. This is when we actually get full motion with the upper body and lower body. big thing here is before we get jumping into this, we need to focus that we can keep that core control, not let that back lift up off of the table or off of the floor. Pressure down, tighten through your belly, and then go into that dead bug. So what that's going to look like here is this: opposite leg, opposite arm. Focus on nice rigidity, nice stiffness, strength through the up leg. As you do this, this is easy, not for time, or not for reps actually. It is for time. You go slow. I don't worry about count. I don't worry about number. I want you to just do it for time and do them all right. Control the core, control the spine, utilize that posterior chain.